And finally, new rule, stop making movies where the hero is a guy who can drive a car. Something we let 16-year-olds do. What does it say about our psyche that Hollywood could always count on men to plunk down $10 to watch another man make a motor go vroom, vroom? You know, I recently caught up with Baby Driver because the critics loved it, and I had forgotten that critics are stupid. And it turns out it's just one more in a long line of movies like the Transporter series and Fast and Furious, parts 1 to infinity, and the new Wheelman and Gone in 60 Seconds and Driven and Drive and The Driver and Drive Angry and 10 others, all with the exact same plot. When there is a tough job or even an impossible mission, the key to it is a guy who possesses the elite, mind-blowing skill of driving. Only Baby Driver can get us out of this with his great driving in traffic. Baby Driver, listen to this, Baby Driver is so indispensable to the heist that the rest of the gang actually hates him because they think he's too young to be that great a driver. Well, everybody but Kevin Spacey thinks he's too young. Of course, the real world is not so glamorous. Baby Driver is really Uber Driver. Because driving is not that hard. If Baby Driver is unavailable, you know who else can pick you up after you pull a job? Your mom. Driving is so easy that cars can now drive themselves, in the same way that vacuum cleaners now vacuum by themselves. But there's never been a movie about vacuuming. There was a movie called Eat My Dust, but it was about driving. Now, if Baby Driver was about an actual baby who could drive, that would be impressive, but it's not. It's about a man driving a car, which isn't impressive because I'm a man who drives a car practically every day. And rarely, as I'm turning left onto La Cienega, do I think, this would make a terrific movie. So I know what you're thinking. Bill, you're kind of making a big deal about Baby Driver. True, but it gets me to the larger point. Hear me out. What bothers me so much about these driving movies is that it's such a lazy way to be a badass. Geez, you get more of a workout doing this. Or even fake doing that when someone says, hey, how was that movie about the really great driver? And yet, every day on the street, I see some guy in a muscle car waiting at the light for the chance to peel out and burn rubber and tear ass down the street, like we should all be so impressed that he can do this with his foot. Ooh, I did that with my foot. But you know who you never see doing that? A woman. You probably have noticed in America lately that there's something wrong with dudes. The recent stories of sexual harassment are about many things, like misogyny and white privilege and old-fashioned being a pig, but I'm telling you, there is something toxic about this male laziness. If Harvey Weinstein had made even a minimal effort, join Jenny Craig. Shaved, listened, generally tried to not look like a Russian cab driver. He could have attracted women the old-fashioned way, by being rich and not entirely repulsive. You know, with all these creeps, there's no whining, no dining, no game. No effort to be charming or witty. Just open the bathrobe and say hello to my little friend. and when they get turned down, what is with this epidemic of, I give up, you win, I'll just masturbate in front of you? Cosby didn't even want his women conscious. Apparently Mark Halperin's MO was just to rub his erection against a woman in the office, like he's some kind of horny spider monkey who dabbles in political analysis. Someone needs to write a book called How to Behave with a Woman Like You're Not an Asshole. With chapters like, no one carrying a resume wants to see your dick. And no one wants to do it in a room where there's a coffee machine.